Who are you? Airing over everything. If you're here, it's because you searched for it or you're dealing with some shit. I'm gonna let you know the real spiel on everything. A lot of people aren't aware that in their normal everyday lives, they are being spell casted upon. They have no clue. So be aware. First off, yeah, boom. Be aware of your surroundings. After you are more aware of your surroundings, you won't, I ain't gonna say make mistakes, because they're the ones making the mistakes, because ultimately they're the ones that's going to have to be in that hot shit. They the ones got to be like heated up for eternity, you know? In normal everyday life, first off, right now, witchcraft is at its highest point probably ever in history, because now it's more the norm and it's not really frowned upon, shaded, or anything like that. People think it's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole trend now, which everything turns into a trend. But you have to understand that witchcraft is all around you at all times of the day. At the workplace, I ain't gonna say at home, but at the workplace, when you go grocery shopping, waiting in the lounge or some shit, at the post office, done at the UPS store, done suffer. All of that. They do it so subtly as far as their methods of casting spells on you or attempting to cast spells on you. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 different examples of how they do it. Example number 1. First example being the storytellers. What the storytellers tend to do is pop out of the woodworks, pop out of nowhere with these elaborate, long, in-depth stories that in most occurrences you don't give a flying fuck about. Like, it's straight up, and you are like, pretty much anytime someone's telling you a story and the conversation wasn't about it and it kind of just came out of the blue, and especially if it comes from a stranger, 9 times out of 10 they're probably trying to cast a spell on your act. You could be in the grocery store, and I'm pretty sure it's happened to you before. It's in the same aisle as somebody. You don't really even make eye contact, but you just hear somebody start talking, look over to them, and they're talking to you, and you're just like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then by the time that they get the first sentence out, you're actually paying attention to them. And it's the dumbest shit. It could be like an older white lady in the Publix or some shit. Yeah, my son came over the other day. He brought his son, my little grandson, and my little grandson, and he just didn't want pickles in the tuna salad. And I already put pickles in the tuna salad. I'm like, are you allergic to pickles or something like that? And I'm like, and he's like, no, I'm not allergic to them. I just don't like them. I'm just like, you can barely taste the pickles. And he's like, I could taste them. And then I was like, okay, I got this version of it without pickles for you. And I gave it to him, and guess what? He ate that and didn't say a damn word about a pickle. We ain't even on the pickle aisle, bitch. Like, we over here with the popsicles, the damn ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, Bluebell. What does that have to do with anything, and why are you telling me? Guess what? She just tried to cast a spell on your bitch ass, and you didn't even know it. Go to the next aisle to grab beer or a loaf of bread, and you just let it slip right past you. Guess what? It's still on you, man. What you got to do, and I'm going to tell you at the very end on how to defeat any of these things. Method number 2, the low talkers. The low talkers are hilarious and almost the most irritating ones, because sometimes they'll be right next to you. At other times, it'll be in like a lounge. I keep saying lounge, but it would be in an area to where you know it's like a bunch, to where it's a bunch going on around you, and it's kind of hard to hear. And it's evident that anyone that would talk to you, or you talk to anybody, you're gonna talk to them louder for the fact that you know that there's other things going on around, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But what they do, they talk so low. Like they'll talk like this low right here, in a fucking crowd of people or some shit like that. You don't know them. Sometimes you do know. You know what I'm saying? They'll just be talking like this right here, knowing damn well you can't hear them. You could be like 10, 15 feet away, and they'll be like, hey, man. Or truthfully, a lot of times that's how it'll be. They'll be like, hey, like louder. What up? And they'll be like, hey, man, what are you doing later, man? We about to probably go down to the fucking Bajigios and get some vermicelli. Be like, huh? He'd be like, vermicelli. We're going to go down there to get some vermicelli. Not you. That's what they'd be like, vermicelli. And you'd be like, huh? That's you. And they'd be like, yo, do y'all want to go down to Bajigios in a little bit and get some vermicelli? Why the fuck didn't you say it like that the first time? Why did you want to say it 3 or 4 times when you know you should have said it louder the first time? Why did you want me to acknowledge it by saying 2 to 3 times just so you can actually say it how you knew you should have said it in the very first place? You know why? Because when they said it the first time, even if it's some shit you don't give a fuck about, like you're not really paying attention, but then when you say guess what? You're letting them in. You done open that door, because then that's you giving free will. That's you using your free will to be like, I give a fuck about what you're talking about. And then when they do it those other 2 times, then you're just doing a ritual. Then they just got you doing a ritual. You're chanting and shit. Boom. Finally embedded into your brain by saying it loud at the same, or actually at the level that they know damn well they should have said it in the first place. Low talkers, I can't stand you motherfuckers. I almost said hate you guys, but I don't hate anyone. But you low talkers, y'all could get it. Real shit. Method number 3, the questionnaires, however you want to call it. These are the people that will ask you a question about something very simple that they probably even know the answer to. And truthfully, to be honest, a lot of times you be like, how do you not know the answer to this? But you still answer the question. Boom. You answer the question, but guess what? Now they're going to ask you a question about that answer to that first question. Not even thinking about it. You answer the second question, then they ask you another question about the third question from the first question. Guess what? They're spell casting on your ass. You know why? They're manipulating you. After the first question, I'll put it this way. Who wants to answer questions? Do you like tests? I don't know anybody that likes taking tests. When people ask you a question about some dumb shit, or about some shit that's really not that important, or even if it is important, and you give an answer and then they ask another question about that, it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I didn't sign up for this. In a way, the question version are like real shit. They're like raping you for your time. They're rating you for your data processing in your brain. Ask one question and one question only. But what they will do, like I said, they'll be like, what's your favorite fruit? Mango. What kind of mango? Those Mexican mangoes, the little yellow shits. My wife put me on to them. What are they called? I'm gonna just make up a name. Gordo mangoes. That's not what they. Gordo mangoes? What's gordo mean? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Look it up on your phone. Okay, gordo is some color in Spanish. I didn't know how to keep taking it, but that is a way of spell casting the questionnaire. The one thing you have to do though, and this is what I said earlier in this video, the only tried and true way to make sure that none of this shit impacts you, pray on it. I know we all pray on a daily basis. I'm not sure if everyone prays with this topic at hand. After you have conversation with God, thanking him for everything that he's given you throughout life and throughout the last day and throughout that day. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much after you had your conversation with God, definitely make a part of your prayer. And Lord God, please deliver me from and unbound me from any spells, curses, and witchcraft, negative thoughts placed upon me. Break them. Ask God to deliver you, take away any possible negative, what they call energy or negative spell casting, curses, and anything like that off of you as well. Because what that's doing, letting God know that you know when these things are happening. Also letting them know that you ain't about to bust out some sage. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're asking them for assistance that you absolutely need help against, because we can't physically fight these spiritists. Put him in the know and let him know, even though he already knows, but have a conversation with him. But yeah, spell casting is real. There are many methods. This was just 3 methods, and these are ones that I'm pretty sure that you've probably dealt with and didn't even notice. Stay alert, stay on your swivel, stay aware of your surroundings, stay vigilant, Aaron over everything. Who are you? Now get out of my house. Spirituality, I'm so against that metaphysical bullshit.